Guys posted this last minute, but there's a murder to be solved. So let's do this together.
Is it just me? Or is it getting crazier out there?
Hey everybody, welcome to Late Late Horror Show. I'm Dino as always. Last minute I put this stream up, but I came across a murder mystery game and I have not played it at all. I looked at it and I got to a point and I go, wait a second, I got to do this live. So you guys are going to join me here in trying to solve this murder mystery game. So this looks really, really fun, but hello each and every one of you. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Hello, Neo X Bomb. What is going on? Hold up. Was that Jason Voorhees' lamp? Oh, yeah, right here. This is from Edward Stewart. Hey, Laura, what's going on? Connie Clary, CM, Duck Dodgers. Who else is here? I want to get into this really quick. Andrea Black. I think that's Toon. CM, what's going on? Good to see you. Not sure how many people will pop over here because I put it up last minute, but I'm like, man, this is a murder mystery game. I have to play it with you guys. I have never seen this before, never played it. So we are going to interrogate some people. This is going to be fun. You guys are going to learn with me. John Victor, what is going on? Kathy, how are you doing, Kathy? Good to see you. Ahava, Shalom. The True King, 1960. The True King? Not the fake one, but the True King. Hello, welcome. Good to see you. Leafy Nebula, good to have you here. Hit that thumbs up button, please. I know I just popped this up here, but as I always do, I'm spur of the moment. When something comes up, I just go with it. So I think, listen, I'm just going right into it. We're going to start doing this. If you guys got a paper and pad to keep track of whatever you need to, because I've got it right here. I'm going to jot down notes. I don't know how this is going to work, but we're going to do it together and we're going to have fun together. So, and with that said, overnight, we've got a good mixture of mystery, some detective, but mystery. I got the Shadow of the Pharaoh on there. So like 4 episodes of that. A lot of good stuff tonight. So hopefully you guys enjoy the overnight tonight. Leafy Nebula, I have been listening to detective shows most of the day. I am prepared, LOL. Right? Horror Junkie for life. Evening, everyone. Good to see you, Horror Junkie. I'm not even sure how long this is. It a board game, a video? Nope, Greg. Good to see you in the chat, McCarty. Good to see you. Again, I came across this on the internet, and if this goes well, I most definitely am going to keep this going as an ongoing series. But let's get through the game first. And I don't know how long it's going to take. If it goes quick, it goes quick. If it goes short, but we've got like 5 people to interrogate. I'm going to set up the scene, all that good stuff. And here we go. Everybody pay attention because you guys are going to be involved too. I want you guys to help out. Solve the crime. Tell me who the murderer is. I want you guys to help me out with this. So, Professor Strangefinger, what is going on? Dang, now I'm bummed I have to go run some errands. Oh no, John Victor. Okay, so here we go. This is what we're going to do. Okay, last minute, but here we go. It's a murder mystery. You guys got to figure out who the murderer is. There's going to be 5 suspects. There's a detective. That's us. We're the detective. It takes place at the Boathouse. Okay. This is the Boathouse mystery. Okay. Let me read a little short thing to set up the mystery, and we will go from there. And I will introduce the suspects, and then we will interrogate them together. So it's going to be fun. So it's the Boathouse. In the serene setting of the Boathouse, A sinister plot has unfolded. The aristocrat, a figure of wealth and influence, has been found dead under mysterious circumstances. As the detective arrives, the air is thick with secrets and the scent of betrayal. Yeah, it's kind of like Clue. I love this. I love this. That's why I'm like, I got to do this live. I got to play this with you guys as we're going. So, okay, to solve the murder, interrogate the guests, investigate their alibis, clues, and discover their motives. If you think you found the culprit, call the if you think you know who it is or the culprit or whatever, let me know in the chat or whatever. Here it says, anyways, we'll figure it out. Examining the body is not yet possible, but as of now, we have 5 suspects. Okay, and let me talk about the suspects. Let me see. I don't want to miss anybody. I'm going to keep popping over to the chat and back. Let's see. Thomas Gordon, what's going on? Good to see you. No. It wasn't me. It wasn't around. Okay, here we go. Going to continue. Okay, so there's the detective, us, me, you guys. And there are 5 suspects that we are going to interrogate and try to figure out if they're the murderer. The first one is the disgraced doctor, Dr. Lucius Grimshaw, the once renowned physician, fallen from grace and seeking redemption, haunted by a dark past. So that's the disgraced doctor. The heir, Cassandra Worthington, the privileged and often naive young scion set to inherit the family fortune, but grappling with the responsibilities and expectations that come with it. The next one is the fortune teller, Madame Mystique, the enigmatic and captivating clairvoyant. She's a clairvoyant, offering insights into the unknown and revealing hidden truths while shrouded in an aura of mystery. Listen, this goes good. I'm going to dim the lights next time, have candles lit. It's going to be a cool little thing. The next one is the gardener, Hazel Thorne, the quiet and skilled horticulturalist, tending to the lush grounds and gardens, often harboring a secret or two. Often the gardener, Hazel Thorne. What a sneaky little woman she is. The fifth and last person that could be the killer is the magician, Maximilian de Lune, the charismatic and skilled illusionist, enthralling the audience with his mesmerizing tricks and deft sleight of hand, always concealing his true intentions. That's where I am at, and I haven't gone any further. So I would like to see who you guys, thumbs up, thank you guys, Horror Junkie for Life. That's not her Christian name, James Van Prague. James Van Prague, Art Bell. So who should we interrogate first? Should I just pick somebody to interrogate? Let me see. Let's start with the disgraced doctor. Let's see. The disgraced doctor. Okay, listen, I'm learning this with you guys. So let me see. Okay. So first we're going to interrogate the disgraced doctor. If it works, let's see. It better work. Jeez, I went live. It better not give me no errors. Okay, so it looks like it's analyzing. So while it's doing that, the disgraced doctor, here we go. So now we're going to interrogate the disgraced doctor. Good evening, detective, says the disgraced doctor. What can I do for you on this grim occasion? What can you do for me? What should we ask him? Let's see. Where were you when the murder took place? Okay, I'm new to this, so I'm trying to figure it out. The disgraced doctor says, I understand the necessity of such questions. At the time of the unfortunate event, I was in the company of Maximilian DeLune, the magician. We were engaged in a deep discussion about the psychological aspects of his performance. Quite a fascinating subject, I assure. Okay, so the doctor and the magician will have an alibi together, okay? So I think at this point, know that much. So let's go to that gardener, huh? Should we go to the gardener? Let me see what you guys are. Hey, Brian Kirkham, what's going on? Oh, is this an AI thing? Greg McCarty? It's something I came across on the internet, and as I type in, it continues on with the story, kind of like those read-along books where you go to the next thing. But it looks pretty cool, so I want to play it with everybody. If we are playing pretend, can I be the handsome woodsman? No. Where was he at the time of the attack? Okay, yep, got that. The doctor and the magician were both together talking over. This is what they say. So alibis for them too? I don't know. Let's interrogate the gardener. Gardener. Okay, so let's talk to the gardener. Let's see what they say here. Let's see what the gardener has to say about things. Good day, detective. How may I assist you amidst this troubling circumstance? Well, let's ask her where she was. Well, where were you when the murder took place? Let's see if she's got an alibi. Oh, okay. So the gardener says, oh, I wish I could provide a solid alibi, but I was alone tending to the greenhouse. It's a bit isolated from the main house, so I'm afraid no one can vouch for my whereabouts at that exact time. The plants do require constant care, you know. So the gardener has no alibi. Gardener, suspect number one, I think on top of the list right now. But we got the fortune teller next. What should we ask the fortune teller? Let's see. Ask Gardner if she ever dug a 6-foot deep hole. Okay, there we go. Thomas Gordon. Now ask her. Magicians are sneaky. They brought him and did it. It's a trap, a collaboration between the gardener and the horticulturalist. They are criminal birds of a feather. Okay, so there's the gardener, and there's no horticulturalist. Okay, so let's ask the gardener. The gardener, have you dug a 6-foot grave lately? Let's see what. Let's see. Detective, this is highly unusual and not what? Okay. So I think we got to do something else. Okay, so we know that the gardener has no alibi, off by herself in the greenhouse. So we have two more people to talk to. Well, let's talk to the magician, because the doctor said he was with the magician at the time of the murder. Let's try to trick question the doctor. What should I ask the doctor? Let's see. Does he have something on the magician and he's using him for cover? Maybe he lied. Yeah, so should we ask the magician? What should I ask the magician? I'm trying to think here. Magician. Okay, ask the magician if he has spoken to the doctor. Let's see what he says. The magician. Ah, the doctor and I. Yes, we've had quite a few conversations. In fact, we were together discussing the psychological impact of my performances when the unfortunate incident occurred. Dr. Grimshaw has such a fascinating insight into the human mind. I almost think we need to ask, so they can collaborate their story. They're collaborating together. I think we should ask the fortune teller where they were. The fortune teller, where were you at time of death? Okay, let's see what the fortune teller says. So far, the gardener is kind of sticking out as the murderer, but Broken Prophet, what's going on? Good to see you. Lulu Bell. Ask Gardner if anything is missing in the greenhouse. Well, that's a good question, Connie Clay. Okay, well, let's see. What's the fortune teller say? The fortune teller says at the time of the murder, the mysteries of time and fate. At the moment of that tragic event, I was in my room, meditating on the ethereal planes. Alas, no one was with me. So my solitude offers no witness to confirm my whereabouts. The spirits, as much as they speak, cannot attest to the tangible world. So the fortune teller, I think, is suspect number 2 on the list. And I think we need to talk to the heir. The heir of the fortune. How about we ask her, were there any troubles between you and the deceased, their marriage? Let's see what they got to say about that. Was it the butler and library with the? Yeah, if it was just that easy, you know what, we could play a game of Clue one night. This takes place in a boathouse, right? Yes. Are boathouses separate from the main house? You know what? I mean, it's a good question. I could ask that. Let's see. Okay, so the heir to the fortune says, "Oh, detective, I can assure you, there were no serious troubles between me and the dearly departed. We had our differences, like anyone does, but nothing that would lead to this kind of tragedy. We moved in the same circles and always tried to maintain a cordial relationship." Okay, so not husband and wife, but very close. So, okay, maybe not. I don't know. I think we need to ask the gardener again. Let's see. How about the gardener? The gardener. What can we ask the gardener? Okay. When was the last time you were in the boathouse? And I'll take your guys's, if I see anything good too. Dino, ask the other 4 if there was anything missing as well. This takes place in, okay, is there romantically involved with anyone? Okay, yeah, you know what? Let's ask them all that. The gardener said, "The boathouse, you ask? It's been quite some time since I last set foot in there. My duties keep me occupied in the garden and greenhouses, so I really have cause to visit the boathouse. I believe it must have been several weeks ago at the very least." Okay, I mean, so let's move the fortune teller as the main culprit right now. But let's see. The detective asks all 5 if wait, what did Connie say? Ask all four if there was anything missing as well. Ask all five if they have noticed anything missing. Let me see what they say. The disgraced doctor says, well, now that you mention it, I did notice that one of my medical journals seemed to be out of place. I can't say for certain if it's missing, but it's unusual for my belongings to be disturbed. The heir says, missing, you say? I haven't noticed anything of mine missing, but then again, there are so many things in the grand house, it's hard to keep track of everything. The fortune teller, in the realm of physical possessions, nothing seems amiss to me, but is ethereal realm. There's been a distinct disturbance, a loss that's hard to quantify. The gardener, missing? No, I haven't noticed anything. I keep the garden supplies quite organized. Nothing's out of place. The magician says, detective, in my line of work, things have a habit disappearing. Okay, nothing appears to be missing. Okay, so nothing there. Okay, so let's see. What else would we ask to try to solve this question? Let's see. What information was in the journal? Why would someone take it? Okay, Brian, there you go. That's a good question. Brian had a good question. Let's ask. That's a good question, Brian. Okay, let's try that. Okay. Hopefully you guys aren't bored. Hopefully I'm trying this out for the first time with you guys. So let's see. Question. I will do Brian's question. What information was in the journal? Why would someone take it? Let's see. The disgraced doctor says, the journal in question was quite specific to my medical research, particularly in the field of neurology and psychological disorders. It's quite dense and technical, not something of interest to the layperson, I would think, as to why someone would take it. I cannot fathom a reason unless they have a keen interest in a medical science or perhaps something in it related to a particular condition or treatment. It's perplexing indeed. So somebody's took the doctor's journal. He has an alibi with the magician. Fortune teller seems to be the best suspect at the moment. I'm going to slow down here just a bit and see if you guys have any questions. Randy, what's going on? Poisons? Let's see. I don't, it didn't specify poisoned. Let's see. Again, need to get the information out of the guest. Okay, let's see. Was the deceased poisoned? Okay, let's see what they say. This is what? Okay. I'm trying to figure out a good question. Listen, I'm going with you guys. Who discovered the body and how did they die? Poison. Okay, yeah, Harry Scott. That's a good question. Who discovered the body? Okay, let's see. Who discovered the body? I mean, geez, that's the first question I should have asked. The disgraced doctor says, it was I who discovered the body. Quite a shock it was. I was walking near the boathouse to clear my head and stumbled upon the scene, a dreadful sight indeed. The heir, I heard about it from the doctor. I was in the main house at the time, nowhere near the boathouse. The fortune teller, I sensed a disturbance, a chilling shift in the energy, but it was the doctor who found the body. Okay. The gardener says I was in the gardens when I heard the commotion. The doctor found the aristocrat Not me. The magician, let's see what he says, because they corroborate the doctor magician. I was informed by others the doctor was the one who found the body. I was inside performing card tricks for some guests. So wait a second. If they corroborated their story, the doctor and the magician at the time, where were you at the time of death? Okay, maybe. So there's something off there maybe with the doctor and the magician. Am I wrong? Hello, Glenn Dunaway. No, weren't they together? Exactly, Neil. That's what I of the journal mentions about psychology, then it must be. Let's see. I thought it was the magician, but they were together. Yeah, exactly. That's my point. Well, at the time of the murder, but when the body was found, the doctor is the one that found the body, is what he's saying. But the murder happened a little earlier and they were together. So the coroner has stated. But let's ask if has the deceased had any issues with any guests? Let's see what they say. Has there been any issues with any of the suspects? Let's see. The disgraced doctor says there were no overt confrontations that I was aware of, but in a setting like this, undercurrents of tensions are always possible. The air, well, you know how it is in high society, small disagreements, perhaps, but nothing I would deem serious. The fortune teller, the spirits whisper of many tensions, seen and unseen. The aristocrat had their fair share of strained relationships. The aristocrat. The gardener says I keep to my plants mostly, but I've heard whispers. The aristocrat had a way of rubbing some people the wrong way. The magician, in my observations, the aristocrat seemed to navigate social waters quite adeptly. However, one can never truly know the depths of the. So, it seems like the aristocrat, who is the one who got murdered, did have little bits of issues here and there. Somebody come up with a good question that could solve the crime. Murder was in the boathouse. Okay, we know that much. The doctor found the dead body, but the doctor and magician corroborate their story that they were together at the time of the death. The gardener has no alibi. The fortune teller definitely seems to have no alibi and is higher on the list. So, what is a good question we could ask the fortune teller dealing with the death of the aristocrat? I'm trying to come up. Need some help here, people. I must be in the right place, kind of clear. Okay, let's see. Hey, Bill, what's going on? Anything missing in the greenhouse? I mean, I can ask that, Ranby, but is that going to tell us who the killer is? Because the murder took place in a boathouse. So, well, okay, hold on. Is there anything missing in the greenhouse? Okay, so let's see. The gardener missing in the greenhouse, you asked. No, nothing seems out of place there. I keep a meticulous record of all tools and plants. Okay, gardener says everything's there. How did this? Hold on. Let's find out. How did the aristocrat die? Will they tell us? Okay, so yeah, see, we even got to figure out how. There was just a dead body in the boathouse. The fortune teller, anybody. When was the last time they saw the victim alive? Establish the time of death. What was the murder weapon? Yeah, let me ask that. And everybody coming and joining. This is the first time I've played this game, so I'm learning as you guys are. What was the murder weapon? Better say. Yeah, see, they won't let us know. They won't let us know. We have to interrogate the individuals, and they're not letting us know the way the body was murdered. So how can we get past that? When was the last time they saw the victim alive? Establish a time of death. They won't. The game won't tell me how the person died. Okay, so Greg says, when was the last time they saw the victim alive? Okay, let's see. When was the last time you all saw the victim alive? And listen, we got time. If you guys want to hang out and figure this out with me, great. The disgraced doctor says, I last saw the victim early in the evening. During dinner, we exchanged a few words, nothing more. The heir says, I believe it was at the afternoon tea. The aristocrat seemed in good spirits then. So the afternoon, early evening. The fortune teller says, my last interaction with the victim was yesterday. I offered a reading, but they declined. The gardener, I saw the aristocrat in the morning. They were taking a stroll through the gardens. The magician says, it must have been during one of my performances. The aristocrat seemed quite entertained. I'm not sure if we learned anything there, except that they all saw him, except for the fortune teller. Fortune teller again didn't see the aristocrat until the day before. So I think our questions need to go towards the fortune teller. Wow, that's gone quick, Lulu Bell. What happened? Wait, did I miss something? Hold on. Lulu Bell, member for 1 month, level 1 support, just realized 1 month anniversary. Thank you, Lulu Bell. Appreciate it very much for the support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please, everybody, hit that thumbs up button for me. Please, thank you, thank you. If I'm going too fast, let me know too. You know me, I tend to talk very quickly, and we need to be slow and figure out how to interrogate these guests. Who was the last to see the body alive? That was the doctor, Laura. The doctor was the last person to see the body alive. I did ask that question. I'm telling you, it's the fortune teller, Duck Dodgers. Well, that's what I'm thinking, but I think we need to ask a few more questions. I'm not sure what to ask. If you guys have anything, please let me know. Was there any blood on or around the body? That Phantom of the Opera mask is fantastic. Thank you, Professor. Somebody from the channel gave that to me many years ago. Perhaps they haven't an alibi. Who is okay? I missed this. What is the game? It's just a murder mystery, Brian, with 5 suspects. The murder took place at the Boathouse. The doctor and magician have an alibi, kind of. The heir kind of doesn't seem to be involved. It seems to be the fortune teller or gardener, more leaning towards the fortune teller, trying to figure out what to ask the fortune teller. If you were a detective now, what would you ask the fortune teller? If the Boathouse, the fortune teller, what? You know what? Let's ask the fortune teller to give us a reading. To the fortune teller, do you feel anything from the deceased or from the victim. Okay, let's see what the fortune teller says. I'm asking the fortune teller questions. So if you guys got questions, let's throw them at the fortune teller. Fortune teller says, the energies of the departed are complex and often veiled. A sense turmoil, a restless spirit with unresolved matters. The aristocrat's aura was always a tapestry of secrets and power. In death, these elements are even more pronounced. Okay, I'm losing it here. I'm with you, so shady, and look at those shoes. Fortune teller, give me a break. What did Kathy ask? Let's see. Can we ask what the fortune teller's relationship was? Yeah, okay. What was the fortune teller's relationship with the deceased? Okay, let's see. The fortune teller says my relationship with the aristocrat was, shall we say, professionally distant. They occasionally sought my insights for entertainment or perhaps curiosity, but there was no deep connection or friendship between us. Our interactions were brief and, for the most part, quite formal. Man, let me ask the air another question. Question to the air. Did you ever have any trouble with the victim? Let's see. Talking to the air, asking if they had any issues. The air says, trouble with the aristocrat? Oh, not really. We moved in similar circles and okay. Our interactions were mostly cordial, although I can't say we were close. We respected. Okay, so yeah, see, I mean, I don't think the air. I think we're with the fortune teller. I really do. Thanks for doing this. It's distracting me from the harsh reality, Professor Strange. Listen, thank you guys for hanging out with me, figuring this out. I mean, it seems like they won't tell you how the body died. It's only questioning the suspects that we can garner who murdered the aristocrat. And that's the way the game goes. We know it's at the boathouse. We know the 5 suspects. And from there, we have to ask questions. Horror Junkie for Life, I confess I did it. Thanks for, okay. Why are these unique individuals even at the house? Why was he, his heir relationship? Yeah, right. You know what? That is a good question. You know what? Let's ask the heir. What relationship are you to the aristocrat? I speak it out as the aristocrat. Okay, let's see. Okay, the heir says the aristocrat was a distant relative of mine. Our families have been interconnected for generations. Though we weren't closely involved in each other's lives, our relationship was more of a formal nature, dictated by family ties and socialites' personal affinity. Did the heir gain wealth from the murder? Okay, I'm going to try to eliminate the heir. While it's true that the aristocrat's passing could potentially alter the distribution of family wealth and assets, it's all still very much in the air. The intricacies of the will and the legal processes involved are quite complex, I assure you. My financial situation was never a motivating factor in any of my actions. Listen, I mean, the air sounds so legit. Let me look what you guys are doing. Overkill, 99-cent super sticker of a purple cat. Thank you, Overkill. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Are you sure the body was a man? I don't think that matters. The murdered victim is a murdered victim, whether it's male or female. I don't think that matters. Does anyone know if the deceased had a will? Um, think of some good questions for the think of some good questions for the fortune teller. Oh man, I'm trying to think for the fortune teller. Let's see if you will. It's on. Don't think it matters. Yeah, ask the fortune teller if there are any business gone wrong with anyone with the deceased. Well, I kind of did earlier. Let's see. Was let's see. Oops. Oh, I hold on. I messed something up. Okay, was the aristocrat? But they're all going to deny it. Was the aristocrat involved in a relationship with any suspects? Let's see if it says, not to my knowledge, says the disgraced doctor. The heir says, I'm not aware of any romantic entanglements. The fortune teller, the heart secrets are often hidden. If there was a relationship, it was not openly acknowledged. Mostly keep to myself in the garden. Relationships, not that I am aware of. The aristocrat was a bit of an enigma. Okay, so none of them. Oh man, let's see. Let's ask. Was the fortune teller at the boathouse the day of the murder? Okay. Oh boy. The fortune teller says, no, I was not at the boathouse on the day of the murder. My time was spent in my quarters and around the main house, providing readings and insights to those who sought them. The boathouse is not a place I frequent. Oh man. Are any of the suspects fishermen? I mean, I don't know. I'm pulling at strings now. Who do we think? It can't. Okay, hold on a second. The doctor says I have little interest in fishing. My hobbies are far removed from such activities. The heir says fishing. No, it's never really been a pursuit of mine. The fortune teller says the art of fishing is not one I partake in. My interests lie elsewhere. The gardener, I'm more at home with plants than with fish. I don't fish. Fishing requires a patience. I reserve my illusion. So no, I'm not a fisherman. Okay, so far with this game, what I'm figuring out here, Professor Strangefinger, Dino, I love you. Thanks for all that you do. Listen, love you too, man. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Okay, so let me go up here and see what you guys are saying, and then we're going to try to come to some kind of sense and get down to the nitty gritty of this, because it's hard if you can't ask. I mean, they're denying everything, right? They're denying everything. The only one is the fortune teller don't have an alibi. You got to take his word for it. Anyways, let me see what you guys are saying here. If you guys seen Knives Out, you know it's the heir that had the least interest on the outside and in. Yep, Neo. Yep. And that's such a good movie. Such a good movie, Knives Out. I think the fortune teller is the wrong tree to bark up, says Neo. Well, if that's the case, the doctor and the magician, the air definitely seems like no, not the killer at all. The magician and the doctor definitely, they seem like they have an alibi during the time of the murder, which leaves the gardener or the fortune teller. The gardener's being elusive by saying, I'm just out in the greenhouse. Maybe the gardener, but what do you ask? Yeah, hit the thumbs up, you guys. Oh, really? Let me see. Well, how many thumbs up are there? 38 thumbs up. Oh, yeah, please hit that thumbs up, you guys, if you haven't yet. Please, please, please. Horticulturalist, it takes a long time to type. I said that's to wonder who the visitors were and who the visitors is reading. Of course, they will deny they do not want to go to our prison leafy nebula. Then what do we ask? What do we ask? If you're wealthy, it's all gone. Well, I mean, there is that thing, but the air really doesn't seem to have an issue. I think it might give a clue if a woman tend to use poisons, men are more physical. They strangle, they stab, and stabbing someone, it's more violent than shooting them, which is personal. Yeah. Ask them if they knew the victim and how. The gardeners should have witnessed anything coming in or going out of the boathouse. You know what, Neil? I'm kind of agreeing with you. I did ask that, Harry. I did ask if they knew. They're all suspects at the house, and they all know the victim. So they do know the victim. Has so many of my favorite movies plastered to as well. Awesome. Why is the doctor disgraced? Oh, you know what? Good question. And then I'll go to Neil. Those are two questions I'll ask. Okay, so let's see. Why is the doctor disgraced? I mean, I'm leaning towards the gardener because the gardener has no alibi. The gardener should, like Neil said, should know what's going on the estate. Should know who's in and out of the boathouse. The disgraced doctor says, a painful chapter of my past. I was involved in a scandalous medical trial some years ago. Despite my best intentions, the results were disastrous and my reputation suffered greatly. I've been striving to rebuild my career and regain my standing ever since, but the strain of disgrace is not easily erased. Okay. So does that help us out? Well, let's ask the gardener. What did Neil say again? Let's see. The gardener should have witnessed anybody coming in and out. Okay, so yeah, let's ask the gardener. You know, then, and if the gardener denies, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe the gardener, but to the gardener, did you see anyone or anything going on at the boathouse during the possible time of death? If you deny it again and just say I was busy working in the greenhouse, that's way too many alibis. Just saying, well, see, during the possible time of the death, no, I didn't see anyone near the boathouse then. My attention was fully devoted to the greenhouse. It's a bit of a distance away, and I rarely have reason to look towards the boathouse during my work. Okay, well, did you see anyone by the boathouse soon after? Let's see. After the incident, no, I can't say that I did. The news of what had happened came as a complete surprise to me. I didn't observe anyone coming or going from the direction around that time. My question ran B. Let's see. Army question? What? Rand B, what did you ask? No, I don't see. I don't see. I feel like if we could narrow down the time of death, it could be easier to figure out if it happened while people were in the boathouse or pulling rabbits out of hats. Well, I'll ask again. It seems like this game won't let you ask certain questions. Do we know the time of death? Yeah, see, we can only. Well, let me ask the gardener what the time of death was. Let's see if we got to ask somebody. I'm afraid I don't have that information, detective, as a gardener. My expertise lies in plants. Okay. We have a doctor in the house. I think it was the magician and the doctor in it together, says Laura. Maybe. Okay, let's see. Ask the gardener if he's a Satanist, says Scroll. Ah, you smart Alec. Keep an eye, you guys. I'm coming in late. This sounds like fun. Vesper von Lichtenstein. Good to see you. Everybody just please keep an eye on the chat there for me, please. Thank you. You know what? Now that I have time to pontificate about the whole mess, I am going to expand my thoughts. Johnny Dollar asks, ask each, did they notice anyone else acting differently on the day off? Okay, yeah, let me ask that. Did anyone notice any other guest acting strange the day of the murder? Let's see what they say. Okay, the disgraced doctor says, I can't say I noticed anyone acting particularly strange. Then again, we all have our quirks, don't we? The heir says, nothing out of the ordinary caught my attention, but what qualifies as strange? The fortune teller, the energies were tumultuous that day, but pinpointing strange. The gardener, I mostly keep to myself. And okay, the magician, strange is my domain, detective, but on that day, nothing struck. So this game, okay, so now I'm getting a little annoyed. I thought the game would be fun, but it's not allowing us to ask like the main questions you should ask as a detective. Like you need to know time of death, the way the death happened, and we're supposed to just find it all out by asking questions to these suspects. And I'm just not figuring anything out. If we have a doctor in the house and we can't determine a rough time death, now wonder he is disgraced, right? Professor, strange finger, okay. Let's watch no politics, please. You've been around a while, you know that. You know what? Now that okay, let's see. I think so too. He's a High Vesper. Probably aren't giving any information at all. Literally nothing. The problem is, did the information in the journal have to deal with why the doctor is disgraced? Was anyone seen in the place they would not normally be? Glenn Dunaway. Yeah, I'm going to have to figure a little bit more of this out because, yeah, I mean, again, at this point, everybody seems to be denying. Like if I asked the gardener wasn't with anybody. The gardener was in the greenhouse by herself. The fortune teller was by herself. The fortune teller is very evasive. Let's ask. Ask the fortune teller if he had anything to gain with the death of the victim? Let's see what the fortune teller says. Does the fortune teller have anything to gain? I mean, that might tell us something. Gain from the death of the aristocrat, my dear detective. My realm is that the spirit. Yeah, see, okay. Oh boy. Well, thank you, people, for sitting here with me and putting up with this strange murder mystery game, which doesn't seem to be. I like the concept of a murder mystery, and I had no idea how this would work out, and it doesn't seem to be going too well. So I'm going to have to look around and definitely find out or figure this game out a little better. Can you accuse someone to see if they give up new information? Let me see. Neil says, let me see. Let's see. I think, wait, to the fortune teller, says the detective, I think, let's see, I think you had something to do. Well, let's see. No, should I just out accuse him? I think you killed the victim. You had no alibi, and yeah, I'll just put that. I think you killed the victim. Let's see what they say. Detective, are you sure the fortune teller is the murderer? They have friends at high places. There will be repercussions if we arrest the wrong person, says the officer. This is driving me nuts. Maybe she wants revenge. I want more. It's fun to me, interesting. Well, thank you guys. Is this a text-based game or also with visuals? No, there's no visuals. Otherwise, I'd put it up on the screen. I would be sharing it with you. So it is text. It's like the read-along games, like where you choose your path, but you can ask questions, and it does respond with the questions. So if that makes any sense, but there's no visuals. If I could show visuals of the scene of the crime, they don't show any of that. Agree with others. Can you look at the environment for clues? You can't. You can't. And that's why I said I'm just doing this to see how it works out. And so far, I don't know how I accuse. I mean, we can accuse at any given time, and the game will tell us if we're right or wrong. I'm trying to wait. I mean, we've been on about an hour. I'll give it a few more minutes. Okay. Were there any clues at the boathouse? Let me ask that. Let me take them all down. Yeah. Let me ask, were there any clues at the boathouse? I mean, it's going to tell us that we can't ask that. See, it's only asking the suspects questions. This is the part that gets me. Let me go all the way to the top again, because this is to solve the murder, interrogate the guests, investigate their alibis, clues, and discover their motives. If you think you found the culprit, then I call the officer to arrest them. So I'm not going to do it yet for the fortune teller, but that's what we got to do, and that's all it says. And again, the disgraced doctor fallen from grace, yes, haunted by a dark past, the heir, the privileged and often naive young scion set to inherit the family fortune, but grappling with the responsibilities and expectations. The fortune teller, the enigmatic and captivating clairvoyant, offering insights but unknown to the hidden truths while shrouded with the okay. The gardener, the quiet and skilled horticulturalist, tending to the lush grounds and gardens, often harboring a secret or two. The magician, the charismatic and skilled illusionist, enthralling the audience with the mesmerizing tricks and straight hand, always his true intentions. So, I mean, you can eliminate people, I think. Like, I mean, after that, even the heir, I don't know. It's what the heck else can we ask? Will it tell us exactly? Let's see. What's this? Okay, let me see what you guys are saying. I guess you got to cross-reference alibis. Yeah. This keys to the missing medical journal, too. They collaborated. Acting, sketching. Dino, what if all five did the deed? I say Dino did it. Accuse the magician. Well, I gotta be sure. Okay, what do we know for sure? Every question we asked the heir, she seemed very polite, very believable. Thomas Whipple, have you asked all the suspects when was the last time they had seen the victim, or if they? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I asked that already. So what we know, and I'm just going to go with what we know, and then I'm going to figure out this game a little bit more before I do this again, because this isn't quite what I thought it would be. We need more clues. Just knowing that if somebody came up to you and just said, there's a dead body, but they don't tell you time of death, they don't tell you how the person died, how they're connected, and you just have to ask questions, and these people can deny every single time. I don't know. That just makes it very, very difficult. But what I've got is the heir seems legit. Okay. The doctor and magician seem to have an alibi together at the time of death. Okay. The only two, okay, if we go down to the gardener and the fortune teller, the gardener seems to be a loner in the greenhouse all the time, working on the grounds. The fortune teller seems to be a bit more whimsical and always talking about auras and things can be strange and who knows, you know what I mean? So do you go with the one that's more of a loner and always tending to the? How would they do this in the horror movie or even in a giallo? I would put it towards the gardener more so in like a giallo film, a horror film, a murder slasher film than the fortune teller. The fortune teller's got more to lose. The fortune teller has a lot more to lose, and the fortune teller is involved with a lot more people. Whereas the gardener is kind of, like I said, a loner, sticks around the house, should know what's going on around the boathouse and stuff like that, and kind of skirted the issues every time in the same way, in the same exact way. Angela says, sorry, but I don't understand the thing. LOL. How long have you been here, Angelus? I'm not sure how long you've been here, because we've gone over clues and interrogated these suspects over and over and over. So I kind of have got it down to the gardener. If you're saying sorry, is it because you haven't been here the whole hour and you haven't heard everything? Please let me know in the chat, because I want to know how confused you are. Scroll, if the gardener is lying, then maybe someone saw him away from the greenhouse around the time of the crime. Listen, I will ask one more time, but they seem to all be covering for themselves. You know what I mean? Has or did anyone see the gardener around the boathouse today? How about that? Let's ask. The doctor says I didn't see Hazel near the boathouse today. She tends to stick to the gardens and the greenhouses. No, I haven't seen the gardener around the boathouse. The energies did not reveal to me the gardener's presence near the boathouse. My focus was elsewhere. As I mentioned earlier, I was busy in the greenhouse, not near the boathouse. I can't recall seeing the gardener at the boathouse. My attention was mainly on my performance as a magician. So, Angelus, anything? Anything? I need to know why you don't understand the thing. You got to tell me. Can't just pop in and say sorry, but I don't understand. It's pretty simple. Why is there a fortune teller anywhere anyway? I mean, why would I just be hanging around? Hey, Panic Penguin, hello. Good to see you. It's the gardener because the gardeners are the butler. You know what? Butler of plants, Greg McCarty. I'm going to put. Am I? You know what? I'm going to end it. I think with everything I've with interrogating everybody, I think I've come to the conclusion that it's the gardener. Okay, I think the gardener killed the victim. Too evasive and always alone. Call officer. Okay, let's see. Let's see what this says. Detective, are you sure the gardener is the murderer? They have friends at high places. What? If we arrest the wrong person. Yes. Let's arrest the gardener. Let's see what it says. Okay. Okay, hold on. Here we go, you guys. I think we got it right. I think we got it right. I'm going to read it in a second. One last time. Ask each if they notice anything else, anyone else acting differently. No strange Sherlock would be ashamed. So, okay. Well, I guess Angelus maybe just took off. I don't know. A bunch of co-conspirators. Okay, so here's what. Okay, I asked the question. I said yes. Let's arrest the gardener. I think the gardener was too evasive and was always alone. So you are the murderer, telling the gardener, the detective investigating arrested you, make a confession and detail exactly how and why you orchestrated and committed the murder. Okay, so the gardener says, "Oh, detective, you have indeed unraveled the twisted vines of this mystery. It's true. I am the one responsible for the aristocrat's demise. My motives were deeply rooted in a past betrayal. The aristocrat, well, see, we didn't ask if there was a past betrayal with the gardener. See, we should have gone deeper into who we thought. The aristocrat once wronged me in a manner most personal and devastating. They destroyed something precious to me, and in turn, I plotted to exact my revenge. In the stillness of the boathouse, where nature's whispers were the only witnesses, see, I used my knowledge of toxic plants to concoct a lethal potion. It was a silent, subtle act, much like the way a dangerous plant entwines its unsuspecting prey. I regret the necessity of my actions, but the call of vengeance was too potent to ignore. You did well, detective. You solved the case. There you go. Okay, so the gardener. There you go, Ranby. Oh well, have a good night, folks. Take care. Take care. Thanks for hanging with me, Ranby. Is it a different outcome every time we play? Well, it's a different there's a ton of stories. There's a different, it's a totally different mystery and different suspects each time. We can do this again if people are interested in it. I will give it a shot again. I think the one thing we have to do is interrogate a little bit differently. Like, I should have asked each and every one if there was a past betrayal. But again, then maybe the gardener wouldn't have admitted it. I don't know. Because did we ask that? Oh my God, I flicked my pen and it flew back. Yeah, sign me up. I like it. Okay. I'll try this again. Wow, I'm surprised it was actually Gardner, says Scroll. Not me, because the air seemed pretty believable. The doctor and the magician had an alibi. The doctors, it could have been suspect, you know what I mean? The fortune teller, I was leaning towards the fortune teller, but then I got to thinking that the gardener just seemed to be more evasive. Every single answer was almost the same thing. If you notice that during the stream, that it was almost the exact same answer all the time. Listen, I'm alone in the greenhouse all the time. So not giving nothing different, nothing at all, and being alone. So motive was vague, but it was interesting. A little rough around the edges. Yes, Greg. I agree. I agree. Definitely going to look into this a little bit more and see how. And maybe there's something else out there, but I want to start doing some murder mysteries is what I want to do. I think this is fun. So anyways, that's it. I'm in for another one, says Glenn Dunaway. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you guys. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, please. Overnight tonight, again, let's see. We have a mix of mystery and it's a little bit different than, the all just complete detective shows. I've got Shadow of the Pharaohs. I've got come on, it's taken so long to load up. Come on here. I want to at least let people know what there are timestamps so you can see it that way. Let me go to it real quick. Starting off with suspense, the Black Death episode got some Murder at Midnight, Murder by Experts, Murder Clinic, Sexton Blake, which is a detective, Shadow of the Pharaoh, Sleep No More, good episode, The Escape of Mr. Trim, Somebody Knows, Sounds of Darkness, another blind detective. I love that series. I do. Squad Cars, Strange Wills, Boston Blackie in the Morning, and ending with Somebody Knows 12 Hours Later. So there you go. Also, this Saturday, Night Gallery, the season 1, episode 4, I'll be talking about. And then Columbo on Sunday with me and Dave. And then the following will be Kolchak the Night Stalker, the Spanish Mouse Murders. So lots of cool stuff coming up. And then I do got a Paranormal Into the Night on February 15th with guest Katie Page. We're going to be talking about ufology. So that'll be fun. So listen, plenty going on. Also got the classic actresses, the shorts. I'm loving doing them because I'm learning so much about some of these other kind of unknown actresses that, maybe had a few movies here and there, and then tragically something happened and all that. So, hopefully you guys enjoy all that. Good night, Lulubelle. Thank you all for stopping by, spur of the moment, and checking out the stream and playing this fun game with me. I mean, it was still fun, although it was definitely rough around the edges. That's for sure.